Hello, everyone, and welcome in. I hope everyone is doing well. Positive healing vibes to all the subscribers, the viewers, the world out there. Today, we are going to take a look at Virgo's week ahead for April 12th through the 18th. In this reading, we are going to tap into the energies with the Energy Oracle. We will then get an overview message with the Fairy Tarot and dive a little bit deeper with an original tarot deck. Please keep in mind, guys, the messages here on YouTube are general. They're not going to resonate every time with every person. You are more than welcome to check other signs in your birth chart. It's really about the title. If there's something in the title resonating, there's most likely going to be something in the message. For more information on how to book a personal reading, energy cleanse kits that I offer, all the useful, helpful information is linked below. There's also information on how to get entered into a drawing we do here every month, so check it out if you feel inclined. And if you would like future messages, you like how I vibe, you like how I interpret the cards, you are more than welcome to subscribe. Everyone is always welcome here, and it does help set the intentions with the channel. So let's dive in here, Virgo, to these energies. See what we can see for you guys for the week of April 12th through the 18th. Please and thank you. Do one more shuffle. This is the root chakra, so I feel like there may be a need here to get grounded. I feel like there's a situation, this has been coming out a lot in Virgo's readings, so I hate to repeat messages, guys, I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get any other useful information out here. I feel like there's a situation that still has you kind of tied to it, whether this is the person that keeps coming back into your life, or whether this is you always looking back on the past. I feel like there's a need here for some closure. Let's get a couple of these soul journey cards out here, Virgo, for you. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Get one more card out here for you. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. I definitely get the sense that there's a need for a closure on a situation. Now, whether you consciously or subconsciously are tied to this person, I feel like there's a little bit of an indecision. I feel like on some days you know what direction you're headed, you're not looking back, you're moving forward. And then every once in a while, maybe you're looking back a little bit on the past with a little bit of regret or sadness, you know, like what went wrong, or how did this fail? How did this come to an end? So let's take a little bit of a deeper look, Virgo. See what we can see for you for this week. Whether it's this week or whenever. When you've had a significant shift in a relationship, there's always going to be a need for some closure in a situation, or it'll be hard for you to move forward. So whether you get closure with this person by having a conversation, or you do some type of ritual, writing a letter and burning it, or even sometimes people will do those lighting ceremonies where that's what those, what are they called? I've been to one of those too. It's where it's like an air balloon. You light a candle and it's like a big, Lantern Festival. So like writing your worries, your cares, your stresses on a lantern and then releasing it into the air, or there's even lanterns that you can release on the water, okay? But there's different types of ceremonies that you can do to release and have closure on a situation. Whatever the case may be here, Virgo, I'm going to talk about this in a literal sense, okay? Not even in a relationship sense. If you continue to look back on this past situation, you're going to be able to move forward, of course, okay? But I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a hindrance in how fast you're moving forward, because you're taking like 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. By getting closure on the situation fully, it's going to help you completely move forward. Now, sometimes closure can take a little bit of time. Sometimes it takes several rituals or, you know, several occasions where you are processing those emotions. Sometimes it doesn't happen the first time. Don't beat yourself up over this. Just understand that you are on the right path. I also feel like there's a lot of mental stress here. With all the swords, the winter, 3 of winter and the prince of winter, these are swords. This is the 3 of swords and the knight of swords. It's time to make a plan or reevaluate the plan and focus on what's to come while getting closure on this past situation, okay? You need to reach out to somebody to help you through this process. I feel like it needs done because this wheel is going to start turning here, Virgo, and there's going to be new opportunities that are presented to you. And these opportunities aren't going to be presented until there's closure to this past situation. This past situation is complete. I feel like it's time to open your heart, but there's a little bit of looking back on the past. So let's get some more cards out here for you, Virgo. Acceptance. But even if you accept, you know, you can accept a situation and still look back on it with regret. So again, closing out that chapter is important right now. This is the year to do it. We're moving forward. Everything's moving forward. The wheel is turning. And even if you think that you haven't, maybe you feel like you have already gotten closure, you've already gone through this process, you're not going to continue to go through it. But if you're being triggered, if there's certain things that are triggering you, then there's a situation there or an opportunity to heal, to learn, okay? So try and take a look at what is triggering you and why. There also may be some information that's going to come in that's going to maybe shocking, maybe kind of hard to hear, but it's going to help you to get closure on a situation for some of you. I feel like you are putting an end to this energy, this breadcrumbing, imbalance, anything that's imbalanced in your life. I feel like you're cutting anything out and maybe this past situation that you're needing closure on, that's why you walked away. But I feel like maybe sometimes you may feel like you gave up too early, or what if you would have stuck it out or stayed around. Even if you end up being back with this person or even if you would have stayed in that relationship, I feel like you still would have went down the same path because there was a specific lesson you needed to learn here. This healing process is going to be very slow for you, especially if you keep kind of looking back on the past as if you lost something, okay? I feel like there's a need for clarity here. There's a need to get clear on your part that you played, clear on everybody's part. What I always recommend is just being very direct and honest, you know, say whatever it is that happened instead of trying to sugarcoat. For instance, oh, they were late because they were with their mom, or whatever excuse they made. Okay, that's nice. They were still late. And maybe there was no communication. So let's not sugarcoat it by putting the pretty frills on it. Let's call a duck a duck. There's definitely changes that are happening here. I also feel like maybe you are reevaluating this plan, Virgo. Reevaluating maybe the part that you played in all of this, or going through this acceptance process, which is part of healing. The world is coming out twice, so there's definitely a completion of a cycle that's happening here, but it's a slow process. Even though you're walking away, you're still conflicted. I still feel this energy of sometimes you think about what if. But trust the process here, okay? You're going through this healing process to move towards something that's more fulfilling. Something that's more in alignment with you, even if this is just for this time being. You have to trust this process, Virgo, and trust that it's time. The timing is everything. Take the lessons that you needed to learn, and I feel like there may be a need to get some closure. Let's get some clarification on these cards. For Virgo. So, even though this ended, even though this tower happened, even though you may have walked away, there's still this indecision here. And I feel like it largely has to do because of this connection. This is a deep connection. Maybe when you and this person aren't around each other, you still think about this person from time to time, and you might not even know why. I feel like there's a little bit of a resistance to change here, and that's why there's this slow process going on. Once you release this completely, things are going to start speeding up. So I would recommend doing some type of closure ritual. Things are going to still be moving forward for you, Virgo, for sure, but it's going to be a slow and steady process until you release this past situation, get closure completely, and not even look back. I know it sounds harsh, but especially if this person may have, you know, caused a lot of heartache, caused a lot of sadness. Maybe it was very over dramatic with this person. Very toxic energy. For some of you, it probably was. Has this person really changed? Or is the person that they're around, that you're seeing them with now, the reason why you want this person back in your life? Is it because they're more acceptant of their bad behavior? It's time to release this toxic energy and focus on the balance. Focus on the healing process, protecting yourself, okay? We also have the Strength card coming out. These are 3 major arcanas for your advice, Virgo. Just putting that out there. Strength card symbolizes acceptance, right? Taming that inner beast. As I like to say, accepting your perceived flaws, right? It's like going through that self-discovery process, looking at the negative aspects of self and the positive aspects of self and coming to terms with all of it. It's what the Strength and the Hermit, those 2 energies together, which one comes after the other, symbolize, okay? There's a need to focus on that process right now. I feel like there's some healing that needs to take place, and that's part of that self-discovery process, okay? Maybe accepting the position that you're at right now, that you are further along than you were before, but maybe not quite there yet, you know? Just being very realistic, very practical at this time, Virgo, for this week. Limit social media. Obviously, keep yourself informed, but don't overly indulge. Try to focus more on meditation, more on rest, more on rejuvenation, on making yourself feel balanced within yourself, without anybody else, right? And then, you know, focusing on this plan, these goals, creating a better future for yourself. What does that entail? What does that look like? Let's get a Power Thought card. I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to do an extended. In the extended, we'll take a look at what are the next steps moving forward, where this is headed. And we'll pull out the guidance cards for the blessing and the soul truth for the lesson. If that's something you guys are interested in, the link will be below in the description box. Power Thought card that's coming out for you, Virgo, is I prosper wherever I turn. I now see opportunities for abundance everywhere. I am blessed and prosperous. I prosper wherever I turn. Beautiful, beautiful, Virgo. So that is the message I have coming out for you guys for this week. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are all amazing. If you want to get in on the extended version, the link is below in the description box. Otherwise, thank you guys again so much. And I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.